Hey, here we've just got a little Mattel Disney Princess doll haul slash unboxing. As you can see, I have Ariel and Rapunzel. I think these two dolls are really cute. I think I got them for a very affordable price too, and the artwork and packaging is very pretty and nostalgic. I really do like the colors on these two dolls. I already have two variations of these Mattel Disney princesses, but I thought two more wouldn't hurt because these are very affordable and I can just rebody these two at some point. But I do really like the colors on them a lot, and the artwork on the back of the box is really pretty. I think these are like some variation. I'm not sure if these are new or not, but I found them at Ross for $6.99. They were very affordable. Now, I don't exactly like the Disney Princess dolls with the molded on tops and stuff like that, as I do think that those are very cheap looking and not as pretty looking and quality looking as the ones over here. That's like a different molded on top Ariel that I rebodied on a live doll. Then you have the Disney Store dolls and the old Mattel and stuff like that. But yeah, I think these dolls are cute nonetheless. I mean, they are glorified action figures with rooted hair. The articulation isn't very good, and like I said before, they just don't look very good quality, but I can appreciate the licensed character dolls, and I am a sucker for a princess doll, honestly, especially for Ariel and Rapunzel. I do love both of those princesses, two of my favorites, honestly. Also, if you hear loud rumbling in the background, it is currently thundering and lightning outside, so that's just what that is. So I do apologize about that, because you will probably be hearing it throughout the rest of the video. Anyways, here I've just got some Ariels and Rapunzels to compare. I don't currently have my original variation of the Mattel modern Rapunzel right now, because she's in storage and stuff like that, but I do have these Disney Store and old Mattel Ariel and Rapunzels right now. This one kind of has a glue problem. I haven't fixed her yet. If you guys want to know how to just treat dolls with really bad glue heads, I usually just use OxiClean and boiling water until it goes cold. I kind of just soak the doll's head in that until the water stops boiling and gets room temperature. And I kind of do that maybe 2 to 3 times depending on how bad the glue seepage is, and usually it helps. After, I usually just have to make sure to rinse it out really well. But anyways, I'm gonna unbox these two right here and kind of compare them, because like I said before, I do really like the colors and the designs of the both of them. I just don't agree with the molded on tops and the fabric skirts and printed on details and stuff like that. But yeah, the next clip they're gonna be out of the box. Here we've just got Miss Rapunzel and Miss Ariel out of the box finally. First impressions, out of the box, I think they're very adorable. I do like the extra details on the shoes. And even though the fabrics are printed on, I do like the different patterns that they have for each of the princesses. Here we gotta look at Ariel first. She's got that bright, cracked out looking new face mold. It's really adorable, honestly. These princesses definitely looked a lot aged down compared to their Disney Store counterparts, for sure. Because their Disney Store counterparts kind of look a little bit more mature than they do. Here we just got both of their little tops. I do like the little star right there. But as I said before, I wish these were full fabric gowns, or at least 2 separate pieces or something. I know they can do it. It's really not that hard. Now, first impressions for both of their hairs, I think they're either both a nylon or both a really good polypropylene. As I've said in different videos, sometimes those hair types, I kind of confuse the two for each other, so, it's really anybody's guess at this point. But yeah, I hope to maybe rebody this Ariel onto a different body, kind of like I did with this one. I think she can look really good when rebodied, because this face mold has a lot of potential. And this Rapunzel I want to rebody too. And here we've just got this little doll right here. just so like I can show you how Mattel used to be able to like do princess gowns. And this was like no grand like princess release or anything. This is just a regular like generic Princess Barbie that was like sold in grocery store end caps. She's even got like hollow legs and everything. But yeah, that's how gowns used to look, the princess gowns by Mattel. They used to be able to look really, really cute and multi-layered fabrics and stuff, with little details on them, even for just like a budget release. But yeah, I think these dolls are very cute. I definitely do want to see Mattel improve and like get better at their Disney dolls, because these new faces and like some of the new like color schemes that they're using aren't bad at all. I just think that the execution is very shitty, and like, you know, I think today's children deserve the Disney character dolls that we got when we were younger. You know, back then they used to be so well thought out, and there used to be so much like, you know, detail put into them within like the face molds and like the different garments that they used to come with and the different theme lines by Mattel and like different companies from back then too, because I know it wasn't just Mattel that did Disney dolls. But like, yeah, I think they can improve these dolls a whole lot, because like I said before, they're kind of like glorified action figures at this point. And like, you know, we've seen these dolls look better, and because they don't need to cost that much money, you know, to be really good looking dolls, you know. Because these are budget dolls, and like I know that at a regular Walmart or like Target, these would probably be like $10.99 as opposed to like the $6.99 I paid for them at Ross. So, you know, that just goes to show that they can do a lot more with the quality, I think. Because like I said before, this is like an older release, but you can do a gown for a budget doll and not have to like stick her and like curse her with like the molded on top and stuff like that. I think there's definitely room for improvement. Because these are budget dolls, but they don't have to be so crappy, you know? There can be more thought put into them. We've seen it before. I definitely do like these two face molds, though. I feel like with Ariel in particular, Mattel always kind of like struggled to capture her like face. I think this one looks kind of screen accurate, for sure. Even if they did take some creative liberty with it. I mean, it's definitely better than like this one right over here. I don't know what she's giving, but I'm afraid of her, honestly. Obviously, these faces don't compare to the Disney store, but yeah. There's definitely room for improvement with these dolls. While I do think there is room for improvement, I am happy to see Mattel back with a Disney license. I really, really hope to see in the future that they give us like better releases and like better dolls, especially like budget dolls. Because like I said, this molded on top, like no full gown garment nonsense is like really annoying and honestly triggering. Because we've seen how pretty Mattel can make these dolls look, especially the gowns, you know. I really love Disney dolls. These are two of my favorite princesses. And like, you know, it's nice to see that they're on store shelves and like, you know, that they have fresh designs out for them and that there's still a market for them. They just definitely need to like step it up a bit, for sure. I'd definitely like to see Mattel release more of their obscure characters in doll form, kind of like Kida or like Esmeralda or Nani from Lilo and Stitch, or maybe like Princess Ailonwi. Just because I think they have a lot of like female heroines that they like never tap into and that we never see merchandise of anymore, or that never got merchandise at all. I feel like there's definitely like a niche market that they could tap into, just because, you know, everybody knows about these like obscure Disney princess characters or Disney heroines now, so, you know, people have been begging for merch of them at this point. Plus, I know that I think Disney owns the rights to a lot of the 20th Century Fox's films now, so technically Princess Anastasia is like a Disney princess because she's owned by them now, so they're probably never going to acknowledge her, but I'd definitely like to see a new doll line of hers. I think Mattel would also really benefit from giving all of the dolls like either really high-grade nylon hair or like saran hair in general. Just because I know that for some of the dolls in this line they do have saran hair, and like the rest of them have like a nylon or polypropylene, but like even if they are a budget doll, I still do think that the hair quality should be really great because, you know, your average doll consumer is not going to know that you cannot dry brush this doll hair without it immediately turning to crap, you know? And once you dry brush it enough times to where it gets completely fried and frizzy, you're gonna have to like boil wash it or like, you know, even more drastically flat iron it, you know? Your average person isn't gonna know that though. Their child is just gonna like dry brush this hair until it gets all fried and disgusting and then just like throw it out after like a month of use or something, you know? But you know, as doll collectors, I'm just warning y'all. I think Mattel should definitely give these dolls saran hair. Just so that it gives them like, you know, like a better chance with like the rest of the toys that they're like releasing and stuff like that. Because I know that most of the Barbie fashionistas have saran hair. And I know that a lot of the Disney princess dolls from before used to have only saran hair. Even if it's covered in glue now. Hope you guys like my little Disney princess doll review. Let me know if you guys also collect any of these newer Disney princess dolls or don't collect them for any reasons in particular. I definitely have my criticisms for this new like Disney princess doll line by Mattel, but I think for all it is now, it's like definitely cute and like passable as like a Disney princess line. You know, if you're just fiending for a Disney princess doll and like you can go to the store and just get these, and that definitely like satisfies it. And yeah, see you guys in the next one. Bye y'all.